Hello, Dray Barrels. We're back again for another week. How are you, Governor? And what's behind you?
Oh, I'm back again, but this time you find me in the depths of a cellar, surrounded by barrels of beer, rather. But no, I've put a filter up for anyone that's watching this because it's half term over here, and my kids are all over the place, and
Oh,
my oldest daughter is asleep behind me, and I can't be bothered to move her, so I filtered her out.
yeah.
She's moving as we speak. So no, I thought I'd have a. It's nice and cool in the cellar, and over here it's been pretty warm last few days, which has been lovely. But as you can see, I'm a bit browner than have been, and it's
You are?
nice to be in the coolness of a lovely silent cellar.
No, I saw you had nice weather, and it's been the same here. I burnt the top of my head a little today on the weekend, so uh, yeah.
I saw this thing talking about burning your head. It was an American thing. I think it was on Instagram Reels or one of them ones, and it was this wife filming her husband, and he'd obviously shaved his head like you do, like shave it all real
Yeah,
top.
yeah. Keep it
And she
clean.
must have said to him, "Oh, make sure you wear a hat because you'll burn your head." So he'd obviously worn one of those baseball caps with like the netting at the back rather than enclosed. You know, you get the
Yeah,
mesh netting,
mesh,
and
yeah.
he didn't have his hat on, and from behind you could just see those segments burnt on his head.
That must have been a wide one because it's very narrow, a lot of them, you know?
Oh no,
It,
he looked like he had a wide head, a
yeah,
big Yankee head.
big old Yankee head, all ready for the 4th of July. Uh,
Mm.
anyway, I do have, before we get to being news of the week, I do have a bit of correspondence came in pretty quick. Do you mind if I read it out?
Please, I'm all ears.
Okay, so it just came in just before this, and it basically very short email. It says, "Hello, you monkeys, loving the pod." I'm trying to do the accent because I'm guessing he's from down the southeast London area. Loving
Okay.
the pod, so keep it up, will yous? Make me happy in me old age, right? Oh, sorry, makes me happy in me old age down here in Ramsgate. Where's Ramsgate?
It's in Kent, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's just south of London.
got you. Okay. Uh, got me some lodgings in a pretty tasty retirement community. So I guess he's an older guy. I have a few beers with some of me old chinas, whatever that means.
China,
Here,
China plate, mate. Yeah.
okay. Of
Something like
chinas here on a Saturday, and we have a listen to the Tube podcast. I guess maybe he means YouTube. Maybe he listens on
oh
that
yeah,
platform.
because you put it on that here.
Okay. Um, one question I got for you. He says, "Can you explain this old Sahara sand in Texas?" Oh, okay. So remember last week I mentioned about the sand, the dust
Yeah.
coming over from Texas. Well, actually, so he signs off the geezer, and that's it. Just full stop. The geezer. So I
A
don't
short,
know.
informal, but informative email.
Well, yeah, very
Very much.
sharp.
Gazer.
Well, yeah, he's a gay surname. But I mean, yeah, I mean, nice and just asking more on this business that I talked about last
Okay.
week.
Well, I
Uh,
hope that you got some information for him then.
well, I did earlier in the week. I thought I remembered because I was listening back a little bit and we were talking about it. So I
Mm.
did a bit of brief research on it. So basically, this happens quite frequently. And just to explain what it is, large plumes of Saharan dust are part of a grander atmospheric feature known as the Saharan air layer. As activity peaks in mid-June, the plumes of dust are transported by stronger easterly trade winds, which occasionally take the dust plumes as far west as Texas. This is a plus 5,000-mile journey from its original source.
Yeah,
So
that's very
that's
interesting.
that's all I had.
I'm
So,
glad we've cleared that up. The geezer will rest easy as he puts his false teeth in a glass of water by his bed,
on the sideboard here.
sucking on his gums, thinking, I've got the result I wanted. I don't have to go on that goggle anymore.
Oh, that's good. So anyway, I'm glad it was nice to hear it. He, sits down with the other
It's
geezers, I
funny
guess.
because I have had a correspondence, which I'm going to talk about later, because it's actually steered me towards my choice of ale tonight.
Oh,
So,
really? Oh, interesting.
I'll save that for when we do the beer in a
Talking
minute.
about the beer. Okay, I'll probably just start on what our usual segment, which is
I've got some beer news for you.
Which I do this week, Governor, so you don't have to worry too much.
I've got loads of beer. I've got all the whispers down the cellar, as we often talk about, hot off the press, as they say. So if you're struggling, I've got some beauties. But no, it's your turn, so let's have it.
Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, it's not big, and it kind of relates to what I talked about last time. So AnheuserBusch is to give away free beer when America hits its vaccination goal. So Anheuser-Busch is a big kind of conglomerate. Is that how you pronounce it?
Conglomerate.
Conglomerate. And they sell I guess Bud Light, I think Coors. Hang on, I've got it here. Rolling Rock, which I drink, Stella Artois, Beck's. So they own all those, basically.
All the proper 90s lagers there.
Beck's, that's a very 90s.
Beck's, yeah.
I haven't seen that in years. Obviously, it's about... So the brewing giant said on Wednesday it would offer Americans another incentive to get vaccinated, free beer. So it's been in the news this week that Biden is really pushing to get everybody. I think it's 70% of the population, American population, by 4th of July. So, so basically, what they want to do, what they're doing is giving all adults a $5 virtual credit card to buy beer.
Yeah.
So that's what they're
every
doing.
adult in America.
That's what they're saying. You
think about that. It's a fucking load of money,
isn't it? I mean, how many Americans are there? Does that include permanent residents, do you think?
Well, of course it must do, mustn't it? I mean, what about... Okay, so even it's just... There's more than that, but just say there's 100 million Americans, because there's a lot more than that, but just say there's 100 million Americans. That's $500 million of beer.
That's wet. Shit. And you got to think that maybe they're playing it that you won't... Obviously, if you went 50%, probably wouldn't even bother, I'm guessing. Well, I don't know.
They might not for a beer.
They said the Americans are getting more of a drink problem again, so I don't know. So I don't know how it's going to work. I probably have to look into it, but I just kind of got the skinny on it, basically.
Yeah, but you're buggered, didn't you? Because you've had both of yours, so you won't even get one.
I think that's what it is. I was talking to somebody today about it, and they said, well, I've already been vaccinated, so I'm missing out on this free beer, she said. And she also said, and the lottery, because they're doing a $1 million lottery thing as well. So when you get your vaccination, you get a free lottery ticket. And so
bribery.
It is, but hey, that 4th of July, bring it on. So we'll see. Anyway, that's all I had.
Oh, well, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a current thing, this COVID, on and on and on, all the new variants that are coming out and things like that. I mean, over here, to add to that, the government are thinking about stopping the 21st of June. Everything's open, as it should be, They might push it back a bit because of this new variant that's coming out, but the breweries and the pubs over here are saying, no, stick to that date. We are desperate, so it's a fine line what they're treading here, but, let's just, fucking hell, it's going on and on and on.
it's dragging. You got to think of the businesses at the end of the day.
I mean, my job involved in it, as I said on the weekend when I sort of marked it with a keg of Doom Bar, was to do with COVID, and that come to an end. So now it doesn't employ me anymore. So I want it to be over.
For a while, you're my lifeline, COVID. Bring it on.
Let's have a few more variants, but now I've been kicked to the curb. My company's been kicked to the curb. So no.
Yeah, no.
In all seriousness, we want everything open, don't we? So let's get there. Right, let's crack on with the beer. Absolutely. You got one, or shall I? I haven't. So right.
Yeah.
My actual correspondence was at the very. I haven't told you, but it was like after last week's pod came out, and it's from, unbelievably, someone that we give a good dressing down to after his comments. But Mr. P. Lewis has been back in contact, saying he thinks that we took what he said a bit out of context, and that since then, one of his friends said that they've been talking about you on the big show. He's listened to a couple of the bigger shows, and he appreciated the shout out, and he thought maybe he'd gone too far, and he's actually coming round to our way of thinking about the longer show and having a gab in between.
Okay.
And he said he's still a loyal DrayBarrel. He didn't really appreciate what I said about him, but he's taken it on the chin, and he said if we all sort of squared it off and started again,
start afresh.
Start afresh. Now, he's a mountain man, as we've said. He loves his mountaineering and hill walking and things like that, and I think he lived for a while in the Cairngorms up in Scotland, which is one of the big national parks in Britain, and he suggested a company called Vault City Brewing, which is now based in Edinburgh. I'll go into a bit about their story in a bit, which he's been drinking it over the last year. And for my new venture into sours, thanks to you, he suggested that this company is going to be one of the forerunners for Britain, which my little bit of research seems to be proving that way. So here's my bottle. I'll have to hold it.
Okay. A raspberry sour.
It's a bit in and out because of this filter, but yeah, that's the label. Okay. It's in a little bottle, like a tiny sort of wine bottle type thing. A raspberry sour from Vault City Brewing, which is a Scottish company. So,
like a sluice gate or something. Ooh, was that him?
Yeah, I think he's listening live. Hang on, he's knocking on the window. All right.
And it looks like the bottle has like a little sluice gate, or port.
And let's hold that up because you should see that. The top of the bottle is a sluice gate as well, or the portcullis. That's upside down, isn't it, for you? So there.
Yeah.
It's got the portcullis of a Vault City. There we go.
So
it's a raspberry sour. I've been waiting for this, and the other day when it was hot, I almost just drank it, but I held back. In respect to Mr. Lewis and in respect to you, I thought I will pour it and drink it live.
Brilliant. Ooh, it looks pretty colourful, pretty red, right?
Yeah, it's a lovely raspberry red. Not the blue dye we were talking about before, but proper raspberry red.
Yeah.
It's like probably like half pint in that bottle. So let's have a sniff. Oh, really fruity, and the sourness that I've come to love. I can't wait to taste this. I'll shut up and get on with it.
Shut up.
Oh, that's lovely. I'm really loving these sour beers, I tell you.
These are converts. I love it. I'm so proud.
The good thing for me is that Vault City Brewing is in every Tesco's throughout the land, which is Tesco's is a massive food supermarket over here, and Yeah, so they've got only a couple of their lines at the moment are in Tesco's, the raspberry and I think a tropical one and maybe one other. But yeah, so I was pleased about that because I was struggling to find somewhere that sold sours
Yeah.
at a reasonable price. So I think that this bottle was like £2.50, something like that. Not much,
Right.
you know, decent price for decent beer. So
That's a
yeah,
good price. Fair play, I gotta say.
I've got another one for another time, which is not from these guys, which is unusual sort of fizzy flavour type of
Nice.
bullshit. But there we are.
So does it smell of raspberries?
No, but it does taste of them.
Okay.
It does taste.
I always like to
Let's,
get that.
let's get a pour on, because when I've been listening to these back, we sort of go on and then one of us is drinking and the other one doesn't drink for 10 minutes. We're supposed to be sharing a beer together. So
No, you're right. We sometimes get, what we try and do, and we always lose our way a bit, is actually where we start talking about the brewery itself, and we should wait on that. So I've got a can. It's called Cali Squeeze. The light's kind of whipping around here.
That's nice.
And it's slow brew. It's brewed in San Luis Obispo in California, and yeah. So let me. I can't open it.
Oh, dear. Can we put your son?
Don't have any. Don't have any nails. But it's a mango Hefenweizen.
Oh.
So, do you know what a Hefenweizen is?
No, and I'm hoping that you'll tell me and the rest of the folks
Yeah.
listening.
So it's basically a yeasty wheat ale, and it's classified as an ale, not a lager.
Oh.
German, obviously, in origin.
I tell you what, for anyone that's listening to this, as he's pouring it, the sun's glinting. It's like he's pouring a drink into the Holy Grail or something. Now he's spilt it because he's laughing.
And the head is awful.
Oh, that's like the one I poured out of that keg on the weekend. My first video that my son was filming, and fucking hell, I followed the instructions and it came out like a bloody bullet. It was
did.
Everywhere.
It did. You were supping the head for a bit, weren't you? The what do you call it? The foam.
Which is exactly what you're about to do. Your first mouthful is going to be a foam. So disregard that till you actually get to liquid.
It does smell of mangoes really heavily.
Does it?
Absolutely fruity to the end. So I might just take a.
Oh, he's gone from the can. Mr. Ray, he's crying. He's so proud. He's poured. Yes, folks. He is broken protocol here. Marco's strict protocol of sitting in the same place at the same time. He hasn't even sniffed it yet. That weird thing he does. He sticks his nose in.
The sun is exactly over the yard arm. You have to sit down and sup. I'm trying. There, the foam's all right.
Stop talking.
Oh, that's good. That is a proper summer drink right there. Kind of like you with your sour.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a fruity theme if we think about it. I've got mangoes, you've got raspberries going on.
Yeah.
And just very refreshing, not
It's
too
nice.
strong at all, you know? Just very easy to drink.
What's the percent on that?
I think it's 5.4% alcoholic volume.
Mine's 5%. Mine's 5%. But like I said, with these sours, I can't taste it. I can't taste the alcohol. And the thing is, once I drink it, because I really love the sourness. I've always liked sour things.
Yeah.
I just want to drain it. Like if I was at home, I probably would have drunk that by now.
It's kind of weird because you talk to a lot of my friends and stuff, and they say like one sour, I love a sour, but it's kind of like one is probably enough, and then you move on to something else. But I'm sometimes like, I could drink a few of these, you know.
Yeah, honestly, like you said, if the weather was right, like you could drink a few of them.
Definitely, but some are, it varies a little bit with sours. I found, well, you saw on our sour special, remember? I had two very different kind of sours in a way. One was like champagne, the other one was much, much tartar, much, much stronger, you know? So I think it just depends, you know, and I don't know if tasting that, and you've tried a few now, Governor, can you actually compare and contrast in a way, or?
I mean, it's got this is like, this isn't like a sour that you would go, oh, you know, and winch your eyes. It's just the right mix for me. It's sour, but also sweet at the same time, if that makes any sense. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
it's pleasant. It's fruity. I suppose it's tart, isn't it? What you would call it, like the tartness you get if you have like rhubarb crumble or gooseberries, things like that. Things like, and I've got that gooseberry ghost from the other one that I'm holding back as well. Which yeah, the thing is, because I've only got one or two of them, and now you have to order them in. I want to drink them, but I don't, because then they're gone, and I have to order more.
Well, the good thing about sours, they're something you can really sit on and age. You know, you could drink one. I've actually got a strawberry sour in here from Weathered Souls, the brewery I've talked about, a local one that does Black is Beautiful. I've been sitting on that one now for 4 years. Not literally sitting on it, but it's been sat in my...
Why? Don't you like it?
Well, no, what it is, it was an anniversary. It was their second anniversary.
Oh, yeah, I think you showed me that. It's like a champagne bottle.
It's massive, and and you can see the strawberry at the bottom. You know, the residue of the strawberry. And I'm just waiting for a special occasion when there's a bunch of us, and we can actually go to the brewery and open it there, and maybe do a little video or something with the owner and the brewer and stuff like that. So, but you kind of have to balance it out. How far do you go? You know, it's been 4 years. How many more years can I go with a sour?
Is there a pig you're in?
No, it's not a pig. It's a blue jay calling. Can you hear it?
Fucking, he got a gun or something. It's annoying.
He's loud. The blue jays out here are very loud, I gotta say, and he screeches.
You need your son out there with his pea shooter. Boom.
You need my son to drown it out with his noise. So anyway, yeah, you go in a minute. Blue Jay Way. You know, that's what it's like down here.
Oh, is that Ting?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not gonna storm down there and tell him, but yeah. Not right now, anyway.
God, it's all coming back this episode. Right, so let me give you a bit about this.
Yeah,
madness. Right, so Vault City Brewing is currently brewing out of Portobello, which is just south of Edinburgh. It's part of Edinburgh, but it's on the southeastern side near the coast. It moved last year, originally from Edinburgh, then it moved to Dundee, then it moved back to Edinburgh just because demand was there and they needed a bigger premises. Now, these two guys, Steve and Johnny, they love brewing and that, and they met up.
Yeah.
They had the love of making out there beers, which Vault City Brewing is primarily sours, which is good for me because it's British.
That's great. Yeah.
Good. And like I've said, I can get them in the stores around here, so that's good as well. And hopefully, as time goes on and more people get to learn of these beers, there'll be more and more variety readily available. I mean, you can order from their website, and they've got plenty of different ones. They only set up in 2018.
It's pretty young.
Yeah, and they moved last year in lockdown. They moved back to Edinburgh to a bigger location, as I've just said, which is 10 times more room than they had. because demand was crazy. After lockdown was lifted and they could start trading, they had 700 phone calls on the first weekend and they couldn't meet capacity, so they just had to move. When everyone else was struggling in lockdown, they hired 4 more staff, moved premises, and had 50 beers, some small batch, some mainline, all in 2020, which is pretty impressive, really, when most businesses were struggling. Another thing that they do is that anyone that works for them, they strive for a 4-day week.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so they think that, happy employees is a happy atmosphere. People work harder when they're happy and better. And to have 3 days off out of 7, I think that's what everyone should have anyway.
We're trying to move that way anyway. In our company, it's go down to 3-day weekend and a 4-day working week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. So that was they want to be known as an exceptional employer, creating exceptional sour beers. So hats off to them. They've done an iron brew, as you know.
Yes.
Is the Scottish favourite fizzy drink. It's like this orange liquid that all Scotsmen drink, and women, Scotsmen and women. And I couldn't even tell you what's in it. It's a very unique taste, but it's just basically it's not alcoholic. It's just like a fizzy drink.
Yeah, lemon. It's pop, isn't it?
It's pop, yeah. It's fizzy pop. And when they decided they were changing the recipe, like Coke have and all these other ones, to have less sugar, Scottish people bought iron brew in such vast quantities they were hoarding it, like 20-30 bottles at a time, just to have that original teeth grinding sugar level flavor. So these guys at Vault City have actually done an iron brew sour, which holds the record for the fastest drained keg at one of these beer shows. As soon as it went on, it was the quickest seller. It sold out pretty much straight away.
You have to try and find that. It would be incredible.
I don't know if they do that one to order. Well, maybe they do.
Yeah.
Website,
like the Cadbury Scream Egg one, you'll never find it.
No, never find it. Never seen anyone that had it. But no, so they're impressive. I couldn't find too much out about them because they have only just moved. Their premises is big.
Yeah.
They knock out different flavors. They're daring. They want tons of flavor in their sours, and they want the sour scene to explode, much like the craft beer one has. But like in America, the sour scene's big, and
it is.
They are. I mean, impressive. In 3 years, really, they now ship to 30 countries worldwide, including China and Australia.
That is fast. I can't believe that like you said, they're in the Tesco's. That is fast for 3 years.
It is.
I mean, we talk about a lot of breweries like Brewdog and stuff, but that's been a longer road.
It's Scottish again. It must be something to do with the Scots.
What's going on? I know it's like one of those countries that, like over here, everybody knows Scottish and the Irish, obviously the English, but it's the Welsh nobody really knows about. But Scotland's a big brand, globally. So maybe
the Celtic heritage and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're the Welsh have forgotten Celtic race in a way.
Knights Templar.
What?
The Knights Templar and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, what was that movie where they went to Scotland with the Da Vinci Code, right? That's a big thing as well.
Yeah, well, Nova Scotia in Canada, New Scotland, so...
Exactly, yeah, you're right. Yeah. And Willie the Groundsman in The Simpsons, so there you go. It's big, so...
Yeah, everyone knows Willie. Oh, yeah!
Oh, you can't forget my little boy. He's really got into The Simpsons lately, so, it's crazy. What's that? That's been going since the 90s, right? Or was it...
91, probably, yeah, about 91. Yeah.
crazy. That's cool. I like the sound of that. Yeah, good brewery. Do you want me to talk about mine?
Yeah, I mean, I can't find nothing about if they had a tap room or anything like that. I don't think they do at the moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess if they moved.
That'll come, I reckon, this year's everything's open. I reckon they'll have a little one. And, brewery tours and stuff. I couldn't find much else about them. The website's good. You can order from, they do a bit of barrel apparel as well, which you can buy.
That's a big thing now, barrel apparel. So could you get an order quite easily? Would it cost more to ship to Devon than, like, say, if you shipped to...
I don't think it's that much more. No, not really.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. So, yeah, no. So that's good. That's about it for them. I mean, I've got a few of their beers, which I'll list in a minute, but let's have a bit about the Cali.
Yeah, the old Cali Squeeze Mango Hefenweizen or Hef. So it's called Slow Brew is the brewery, and SLO in capital letters because it's a microbrewery located in San Luis Obispo in California. So just to kind of give you some jog here, it's halfway between LA and San Francisco, which is further north. So it's right dab in between on the coast there.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where
Big Sur and all that.
Yeah, those big little, those surfing capitals, Jez would be right out there. And
no, it's a bit too coastal for Jez.
No, probably. He likes the inland boards, doesn't he?
He likes, when he went to America, I think he was surfing in Omaha and places like that.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later, but he got in touch this week. Yeah, sent me a video. Okay. So he was on about he wanted to do a little mini review. So we'll talk about that. You may see a Sheffield mini review soon from a surfer dude, DrayBarrel, so look out for that. I don't know. I'm debating whether to let him or not, but we'll see.
It'd be funny.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, they've been going a while.
He'll make us look better if nothing else.
Hey, that's a good point. Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Watch out, DrayBarrels. Yeah, I'm just giving you pre-warning. You may see something if we let him. But yeah, Slow Brew, pretty well established. These guys have been going since 1988. So, and it has remained one of California's longest standing brew pubs, which is pretty cool. Crafted microbrews, quality dining, and world-class entertainment. So I think they have a lot of live music. I did kind of look what was going on there. Doesn't seem to be much going on right now, but I'm sure that will change. And they kind of say Central Coast Brewery, so that makes sense. 1988, Slow Brew established and was set up by a guy called Mike Hoffman and Kathy Island. And they set this little brew pub out, up and started getting well established. Mm. Everything changed, which was interesting. I guess they decided to get out of the business and sell up. So, so in October of 2010, a little bit more recent, it was bought out by a guy, an Australian guy called Hamish Marshall.
It doesn't sound very Australian to me. Hamish? He's back from the old fucking Glasgow.
Oh, yeah, or Edinburgh, where you're from. It sounds like. Yeah, Glasgow. But he was a beer-loving Australian who fell in love with slow brewing, so it says, and stepped in and revitalized the name a little bit. Oh. So moved locations, still in, what was the name of that place? St. Louis Obispo. So they just kind of changed locations there a little bit, set up a new brewery and a brew pub, a little bit more open. Website's fantastic. They've got loads of photos, very open. And they've actually set up The main place is called the Rock. That's their main brewery, brew pub.
The Rock.
It's called the Rock.
Mm.
Can you smell what they're cooking? Because they have a really good menu on their website. So
Is it all stuff from the Barbie, mate? Hey, I wonder what from in Australia. He might know Lance.
maybe I could email him because I've got a couple of friends in California. He may know Lance from what beach did he?
So do you have to have friends somewhere to be able to email someone else? Is that your?
No,
I don't know. I don't know anyone that lives in Oregon, so I can't send anyone an email there.
that's a good point. Actually, why do I have to have a friend there? Oh, I would. No, my mentality was I'd have somewhere to stay if I ever went out there and visited.
Yeah, but California is like Texas. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm going to Dallas this weekend. I'll stay with you." It's fucking miles away.
It's like if you were going to Dallas, it'd be like you going to Paris or Madrid or somewhere. But if you were going to California, it was like, oh, I'm off to Moscow for a few days, or Istanbul, the gateway to the east.
Oh, lovely.
All links in. So yeah, what?
Orbiting. Our knowledge is just unfathomable, but always orbiting.
It always is. It's always in that ethos, right? That the cloud that just hovers.
Mate.
Well, it's a DrayMens Cloud. It just hovers just above here. You can't see it, but it's that knowledge.
We're just above the moon. Whoever built that?
The moon? Yeah, I don't know. It looks. I think it's made of cheese, isn't it?
Made of tin.
But anyway, yeah, this place is pretty cool. They actually, what?
It's a tin planet.
Oh yeah, they might be.
Space, eh? You having that?
Oh, I'm having that one. Chocolate with space. Anyway, our little references. They also have a hotel place as well that they've opened. It's called the Lofts, and it's right in downtown, next to close to the brewery and the restaurants in this little town of San Luis Obispo. And it's 5 luxury short-term rental vacations, but it's more like a hotel. That's what they kind of market it as. So they're pretty, they got a lot going on. I think they also have a little restaurant somewhere as well, I did read. They don't give much detail on that on the website, but yeah, cool brewery.
Cool.
Very cool.
And I bet it's cool. I wonder if he's ever been to Bonsai Beach. Who knows?
Bonsai? Yeah, maybe. I have to ask him. What was his name? Macintosh?
Hamish Marshall, his name was. Even I remember.
See, you remembered. I forgot it instantly. Sorry, Hamish, if you're listening.
He's burnt his head, as he said at the start of the program, at the top of the show. So he might have frazzled a few of his short memory cells.
Yeah, I'll talk a bit about my head in a bit. Yeah, but anyway, have you got some beers or what on yours?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not exciting names because they're all sort of Vault City, and then it goes Vault City Watermelon Session Sour, Vault City Pear Drop. They do one called a Hard Lemonade, which is more of a alco pop, I think. With heavy percent on that. It's like 9.5% for a lemonade. And
probably like one of those seltzers.
Yeah, it's got key lime pie and apple cranberry vanilla, but there's loads on there. Blueberry, plum, any sort of fruit you can think of, they've got a sour for it. So yeah, I look forward to getting a few more of them as they come readily available down here. I'll definitely pick one up from time to time. But I just wish they were bigger. The bottle. I mean, what's the size of that?
That's a half pour.
Yeah, it's a 330. So what's a pint? 500, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just over half a pint, and it's just like I've been sitting here now, like, look, my Drake's ready. I can't drink it until we say it, but
No, and
yeah,
this was a pint, so I had a little bit left in there, So it's
okay.
few beers that my brewery do. I'm guessing yours just really just do sours. They don't do any like other
Yeah,
styles.
apart from that lemonade one, and I did say there was an IPA thing, but
Oh, okay.
I wasn't 100% sure what it had other letters in front of it, and I couldn't be asked to find out what it was.
Got you. Yeah, mine. This is a new brewery to me. Like I say, I've never heard of them, but they seem to be quite readily available. So I'll try and pick up a few more. But they do another Hefenweizen called Blood Orange one. So like you kind of blood orange tasting one. So that might be cool to try. They do an IPA called Mustang IPA, and they also do a red ale. I like a red ale on occasion, and that's just a basic kind of a lagery ale kind of style called Reggae Red. So may have to try and find out. I didn't see any.
Reggae.
Uh,
Reggae Red.
Reggae Red. That's probably the kind of style of music jazz likes.
Yeah,
Reggae. All that reggae.
Do they do grapefruit?
I don't know. I didn't see a grapefruit one. Possibly they do a chili beer as well. Oh no, it's a collaboration they do. It's chili beer nuts with a different brewery called Tio Rodrigo. So that might be cool to find.
You had a yellow grapefruit sour, because you can get the pink grapefruit, but a yellow one's real sharp. If you had one of them as a sour, that would hollow your cheeks out, no doubt.
Yeah. I might have to. Well, that might be an idea. I'm sure there's probably sours.
Yeah, of course there is. Yeah,
definitely. All right. Well, I guess it's that time, right, Governor? Let me find the.
Right on.
It's that early time again.
For you, it's Dregs of the Week.
Right, I'll shoot first of all.
Yeah.
My drink of the week is a short one.
Okay.
People who sit in their cars with the engine running.
Fucking hate it. Sorry.
A long period of time. Not just like you briefly stop somewhere and you just chat to someone for a few seconds, and it's when they park up outside their home and leave the car running for fucking no reason.
What are they doing on their phones?
Not a tractor. It's not something that needs to be run all the time. Let's join the revolution. Think about the emissions.
Yeah.
Not that that's what bothers me. It's that rumbling. Just fucking turn the engine off, mate. All modern cars now, if you stop, they cut the engine. And then when you start again, like I used to drive a BMW, you stop at the lights, the engine cuts out. As soon as you put your foot on the accelerator, the engine kicks in again, saving emissions. Sitting outside for fucking minutes, 10 running.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, I hate them. And then other people, they get back outside their homes. They pull up outside. They might leave the engine running, or they might not. They put all the doors open and just sit in their car.
Oh, yeah, I see that sometimes.
What the fuck are you doing? Just go in the house. I don't want to fucking see you outside my kitchen window.
I agree, and I don't understand. And so I sometimes come home and get a bit of lunch sometimes. And my neighbor is sat in his car. I don't know. I guess he doesn't work. And then I have my lunch, and then if I'm passing, and then I go back to work. I have a little bit of freedom. It could be an hour sometimes, or 2 hours if I'm working at home sometimes, and I go back out again. He's sitting in his fucking car. What are you doing? Is he like on YouTube watching the DrayMens Knowledge or something back to back?
Doing something illegal, maybe, yeah. Maybe his wife doesn't like it. He thinks he's becoming too learned from watching us.
I get embarrassed if I'm in my car too long.
Maybe he knows it's you, and he thinks, oh, he's back from lunch. I've seen him. And then you go in, he's going to be out for lunch soon. He knows your routine. Yeah, maybe he's stalking you.
But I just don't, and
He
especially
didn't, like that. He didn't appreciate that trick when I put his wife's shoes in his recycling box. But I got a mention.
Oh yeah, I call him Bats Waller. Not just for any particular reason. He just looks like he could be in an old 1920s crooner type band, you know.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand it. I totally agree with that, and I almost feel like when I get my little boy out of the car and we unload and everything, and they're sat in there, I feel like just going up to the window and just looking in, and like they're just walking away. It just frustrates me. Obviously, they're watching us getting out of the car.
Well, I always think if people sit in their cars, they're doing something. Probably smoking a joint or something.
Maybe, but can't you do that in your home or on your balcony or something?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, that's my drink of the week, and
Yeah.
I'm sort of thankful at times that over here we're not all gunned up like you fuckers over there, because I seriously think could just walk out with a gun and like turn that fucking car off now.
I know. It is. Mine's short this week. My drag is pampas grass.
Oh.
Fucking hate it. I spent all weekend digging out for a lawyer, DrayBarrel, Kyle, good chap, but we got stuck into it together, and you know, he bought me some nice beers, and we just got out there. It was sunny, it was hot like today, and we didn't have. I should have put my hat on. I burnt my head a little bit. If you're listening, guys, it's red and it's peeling right at the back. But we were on that bloody pampas grass. It was probably only about 2-3 foot wide. Digging, chopping. The hedge cutter doesn't work on it, as you know. It just flails and stuff, and you have to just hack. You almost need a machete. It took us hours to dig this pampas grass stump out. It's like the devil's plant. It's just horrible. I've dug them out before, but this just seemed even worse. Probably the Texas heat as well, but.
And where was it then? A friend of yours' property or somewhere?
Yeah, we were over there the weekend, and it's out in his front garden, and it's actually the only pampas grass planted on the entire street. That it wasn't them that planted it; it was the housing, the people who built the houses.
Are you sure about that?
There's
signals over here. There's hidden agendas in the British way of life, which the rumours are, if you want, like an urban myth, that if you have pampas grass in your front yard, as you would say over there, or your front garden, that it's a signal to other people that you and your wife or you and your partner are into a bit of the old swinging scene. It's are
you dragging us down it this week?
You'd be welcome. Maybe he said, "Oh, Ref, can you come over and help me dig it out?" Because people just keep knocking on his door.
Well, he did say there were some keys left outside his door at one stage.
In a
and
pot.
Then, yeah, that's a sign, right? They always put the keys in the bowl, so I heard, and mix them up. Yeah. Maybe. Oh, shit. That's making sense now.
I think it's another sign that that people use ladders but go up the top of ladders in flip-flops. I mean, what buffoon does that?
Like a foolish buffoon, that's what I say. A foolish buffoon.
Just had a load of beers, burnt me head in the sun, climbed to the top of a 12-foot ladder.
And do some sealing.
A bit of sealing
around the window frames.
If you ever do anything like that when you're over there,
it sounds on the old street, doesn't it?
Tell them. You say, "Hey, that's pretty scary stuff."
I don't know. But anyway, it's that. It is
So
what it
did,
is.
so did you take the stump home and plant it in your front garden then?
No, we don't have a front garden. We just have a balcony, so I can't.
Oh, you're happy
That's
around the back.
yeah, I could if I got a. Who's gonna come up here? They'd have to climb up the trees to find the pampas grass. Well, we got a couple of palm trees, but no pampas grass. As I speak, I think the stump is still there, or part of the stump. We filled 10 bags full of that pampas grass, 10 black trash bags, rubbish
Okay.
bags. Yeah,
Just sliced my bloody hands open when I was a kid.
I got a couple of cuts, but
Got
anyway,
paper.
that's
Horrible.
my drag, pampas grass. Do you want to rate your beer there?
Yes,
Okay.
thoroughly enjoyed it. It's gone.
Yeah.
I should have had two. I could have drunk two of them, but really enjoyed it. I'm glad I found this brewery, being British and everything, and that they're becoming more available widely. I think that the sour scene here in a couple of years' time will look a lot different to it does now. So yeah, I'm going to go in with. I'm going to go 8.5. I've enjoyed it.
Wow.
I would have it again. I mean, I haven't. I mean, so far, I've only had a few of them. Mind, I haven't had a sour that I haven't really enjoyed. So, like sometimes with beers, as you know, you taste a beer and you think, "Oh, that's all right," but it is what it is. But so far, these sours are right into it at the minute. But maybe I need to try a more unusual mixture. I think.
I don't think
I like raspberries, and I like, what was the other one I had? Orange and something or other, red currant. So I like all that. I need to try something a bit maybe like I like watermelon, but like a watermelon one. See if it was
compares. Yeah, no, I do find sours rate highly with me on a comparison with stouts. Stouts always, I always get high rating on stouts. Now the other beers, lagers, wheat beers, IPAs, other styles, always a little bit this up and down, up and down. But sour's pretty consistent, and stouts generally are pretty high rating consistency as well. So
yeah.
maybe it's just a really specialist thing, and you can't get a bad one. Well, you can maybe, but that's.
Let's have it with yours then. What you got there?
Yeah, it's good. I've had a lot of wheat beers. This is very fruity. I'll probably give this a 7. It's very refreshing. I think that's fair for this. It didn't jump out to me, but it wasn't bad either. It was just I did enjoy it. I could sit out here and probably drink 5 or 6.
Good.
Yeah. So
That's it. Oh, have you got any other beers from your one? Names?
yeah, I listed them. Remember?
I don't know. I wasn't listening when you were talking.
He tunes me out sometimes. It was they did the what was it? Blood Orange one. Remember, I listed that one, and the IPA. I listed that one.
Yeah, because I was just concentrating on Hamish Marshall's full name.
That good Scottish, Australian gentleman. Anyway, I suppose I haven't got anything else this week.
I've had it this week. I was pretty tired this week, folks. So if it ain't been that good, I apologise. Sun's got to me,
and it's half term there as well. So
right. I don't mind that. It's the adults I don't like.
People in their cars all day long, hours at a time.
At 3 o'clock in the morning. Twice. Third time it could be trouble. Third time in a week, I think, could be trouble. Now, somehow another neighbour, but there we are. Anyway, so yes, I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week, and cheers, DrayBarrels, and we will be back with a few mini ones, I'm sure, this week.
Yeah, goodbye from me in the cellar, and I'll see you when I see you pretty soon, because I got something lined up.